and we are there for each other when we say we will be. And this goes beyond the kitchen. And I wasn't there when I said I would be. And he was telling me he brought this guy over to train me and everything. He's like, I never give a second chance to anyone. But he gave me a second chance to like, be here tomorrow at this time, and we'll work from there.
But how's things been going for you lately, as of late, work-wise?
Work-wise, things are easing out finally. I'm really putting my foot down with my current job and be like, hey, can I actually be part-time now?
Right.
And it's more so, and like I let it slide, and I literally said at the beginning of this month, hey, let me work as much as I can, make as much money as I can, because after this month, and I'm a week in, and I'm like, actually, it only lasted a week.
I changed my mind.
Yeah.
I don't want to work here anymore.
Because I don't want to work there anymore, but I'm not ready to quit at this moment, but just know the end is soon.
Are you gearing up to quit?
Yeah, for sure. They're all ready for it too. He's ready. He's just like, just say the word. I put my 2 weeks in, but I'm trying to squeeze at least another a month in. So that makes it a nice 6 months, which is crazy to think about. We're doing this for 6 months.
Yeah. That means the podcast has been going on longer than 6 months.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
Time flies, man. It really does.
It does something. I don't know about flying, but it does something. That's something. It's interesting how easy it is to get sucked up into something. I am part of a group. I'm on the board of directors in our area of a group, and it's weird how this microcosm of politics can just take over. It's a copy and paste situation. Every group, I swear to God, it works the same way. You have like the same 6 people or 5 people running everything, doing all the work, and then everyone else just comes and enjoys themselves. I swear to God. It's how every group works. Every club, every little society, everything. And I'm one of those people, and I'm just like, I'm tired. I'm not getting paid to be here. I'm volunteering. And I'm voluntold to do stuff. It's like, I'm volunteering to be here. You can't tell me to do something without at least saying please.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not getting paid to be here. So I'm ready to move on from that next time election comes up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. It's interesting how things change. Like for a long time, I don't know about you, but when I was starting to gem cutting and working on laboratory equipment, I had to like subsidize with like welding or other things, or, working here, working there, just to like subsidize to make money so that I could keep buying equipment, keep buying rock, keep building on it.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's to the point where there's enough of it. It's just like I can finally do enough of what I want to do. I don't have to, do all these little extra things to help put money into the system.
Mm-hmm.
I just cut stones. I just do this. I rebuild equipment. And it's kind of strange to see that. It's cool. I'm finally doing like what I want to do. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. No, for me, it's, I get that. It's really surreal. Sometimes I still feel like I'm stuck in the gaining to get to the point where I need to be. And when you're living it to a point, like with the restaurant lately, I've just kind of been existing. Like I haven't done a lot of the things I said I was going to do this year, but things are already looking so great. Like I was telling you earlier about the sales, and I'm just, every time I look at those numbers and I'm just standing there, I'm like, what did I do? Like I've done things, but this is sooner than I thought, things were going to go up.
I think there's chapters, because like you're in one chapter and you're kind of reaching the end of it, and there'll be another one and you kind of go through the same deal,
Yeah.
You keep building on it. Maybe you're just kind of reaching the end of one of those chapters.
Yeah.
Where you've kind of gotten up on that pedestal.
It's disbelief.
Oh,
it's been so long.
Yeah, for sure. But right here, I mean, they can't see it, but you can see it. This is a smoky quartz I cut into a cabochon.
Wow.
Just as kind of a little decorative art piece, a sample piece. One of my friends has a couple claims, and he goes out and digs, and he brought me all the points that are broken, that aren't, specimen quality, collector quality. And he brought me a pocket, some of the rocks out of this pocket of smoky quartz. Some of it has rutile in it. And what's weird is all these crystals rolled. So like one side is scratched up, like they're rolling back and forth on the bottom of the pocket, like how the ocean current kind of moves the sand and the water.
Yeah.
They were all scratched up. It was really interesting to see that. I don't know why they would be that way, but that's
what I'm seeing, like with all the
all
stuff
the
on the
inclusions
inside.
in it.
It looks like almost like galaxies.
It does.
It's so cool.
And see how I left the growth lines of one of the crystal faces on the back on purpose, and I cut the rest of it. So it's just kind of
So clean.
kind of a statement art piece. It's just something interesting. It's got a good high polish. It's pretty.
Very.
Yeah. But I just got back from Tucson, Arizona a couple weeks ago. I was there for like the last few days of the Tucson show,
Mm-hmm.
and I went and visited like a dozen different venues. The 22nd venue, I got the map. Where was I? Went to Kino. I went to Smokies. Smokies, the co-op rock show is probably the best that I enjoyed because it has actual rock material to buy for a good price.
Wow, that's a big area, huh?
Yeah, look at the other side.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's one map. God, I went to the Tucson Gem Mineral Show. I went to the 22nd, like I said. I went to the co-op. I went to like any other show I could just see on the way. So I went to quite a few shows over there during my stay. And I stayed to the end of the show. Some of the shows, by the time I got there, some of the shows had been closing. So I didn't get to see all the ones I wanted to. But I think I showed you some pictures, didn't I? Or sent you some?
Nope.
No?
You didn't send me anything.
Okay. Well, I guess not. It's crazy what you see there. It's really cool.
Yeah.
There's so much material. There's so much art. There's a lot of cool people too.
A lot, yeah.
We got to see the Montana guys there and do some panning for some sapphires, which is kind of neat.
Pan for sapphires?
Yeah.
Explain that.
So you can buy dirt from them that they take out of their claim, and they probably put a couple sapphires in it. I don't know how it works, but you take this really fine mesh screen with a ring around it, like 100 mesh, and you dump out this dirt, just like your gold panning, but it's not a gold pan. You shake out as much loose dirt as you can, and then you put it in the water and you shake it back and forth, and all the heavy cobble, sapphires, other heavy material goes to the bottom and concentrates. And then you, with a flick of your wrist towards yourself, flip that disc over onto the table, and then you pick the disc up. And right there in the center of all that rock is where the sapphires will find themselves.
Interesting.
And you get in there with some tweezers and pick them up. And then, if they're good ones, you can cut them into, fasten them into jewelry quality, whatever, for someone's ring.
Yeah. Very cool.
But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff out there. It's worthwhile to go see. And there's anything you ever wanted, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Or I've like yawned like 30 different times.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. I definitely want to travel a lot more this year. Not a whole lot, but anywhere I can squeeze it in, I want to do.
I have been. I've been on the road every second. I'm on the road in the morning.
Yeah.
Early in the morning, I might add. In about 6 hours.
Yeah.
6 or 7 hours from now, I'll be on the road. So I'm trying to squeeze in as much of it as I can just to get just to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Experience stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm just kind of worn out from the job driving so much. But it's just the same area over and over again.
It's not so bad when you're driving to do something fun or something new.
Yeah.
It's kind of energetic. But then you drive to work every day, the same road.
Yeah.
That gets old.
Yeah. It is very pretty though. I mean, like check this out. I mean, going up towards.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've been there, done that a million times.
Check out this tunnel.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
God.
There's actually two of them.
I remember that. The railroad tracks go over it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I remember that. The river's, it's right above the river, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. That's there it is.
Very pretty.
Today was a nice day out. Really nice.
It's been really nice lately. I feel like every time I've said that, it starts raining the next day.
I hope so. It needs more rain, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, the weather's been really good.
Yeah. Spring season coming around the corner on the 20th. Pretty quickly. I feel like we should talk about some business related stuff.
Absolutely.
Kind of like just more lighthearted and more like connected to personal things?
Do a 5-topic runoff.
Okay.
Pick 5-question runoff. Business related.
Why? Why should we do business?
Why should we do it?
someone do business?
I would say someone does business probably for, well, a number of reasons. The 2 major reasons I can think of is some sort of financial gain, obviously.
Clearly.
The second being some sort of fulfillment. Or I almost want to say, some people just seem kind of, you're kind of meant to be there. They're almost predestined. Like someone has been doing, you ever like go in a store and someone's been there since like 1962 and they never quit?
Yeah.
That. They're just kind of predestined to do that. And I see a lot of people in business that just kind of seem to be kind of destined to be in the business world, and it's what they live for. They kind of live for the excitement, as do I.
Yeah.
I really honestly like doing something new. Now, not all business is doing something new, but the stuff I am involved in has some kind of sporadic,
it's an adventure,
twists and turns to it. So I really like getting a phone call and having to leave and try something new. That's what I like.
Yeah.
But some businesses are just at the computer, so it has to be. Maybe it's a discipline thing. I don't know.
No, I get that. I think that we bonded on that a lot. We really like the different energy business brought, the unexpected, the adventures, the possibilities outside of financial gain.
The dream.
Yeah. Now, I think we've like touched on this with some of our other guests, like Luke. We should, like, if someone's looking to get into business, or like we had Savan. He's like, I've thought about it with like clothes and whatnot, but it's such a,
It's interesting. We just had that same conversation again, a little different. So I just talked to Savan because I saw him a couple days ago, and we were both doing a project, and I'm like, I can't stand what you're doing. I can't stand your line of work. I don't understand how you can do it. He's like, it's funny. I can't understand why you like business. I can't see myself in that world. I can't see myself doing that job. I can't stand it either. So we both have like, we're not attracted to each other's lives at all in what we're going into.
Yeah.
I don't like what he does. I could never live there.
Who are we talking about again?
Savan.
Okay.
Yeah. And he doesn't like what I do. He couldn't do it either. So it's really interesting. That looks attractive to him, and what I do is attractive to me.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not all compatible.
No, it is not. I think a lot of people. Do you think we need more businessmen in this world?
You need more leaders. You need more people that aren't just these fake leaders that say they're going to do something. You need people that are just going to do something and
more grit. More.
Yeah, you just need more determination.
Business-like people.
Well, I mean, what does the world need? It needs better people.
Yeah.
What does the industry need? It needs more better business leaders.
Not all business people are good people.
Well, it depends what you're motivated by.
And what your business is.
Yeah. It's. I mean, if you could kind of if you could make better people, then there could be people who just pick up trash. People that, make sure that stuff doesn't end up in the rivers. People that clean parks. People that do public services and build benches or cut, brush and weeds back. And there's a lot of room for better people. There's a lot of room out there.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about what's the hardest and like a lot of the obstacles when it comes to being business, especially at a younger age and in this world as it is now. What's the positives of it? Like the best parts of it? Like
the people.
The people?
The people.
Yeah.
In business, you'll probably find the most unique individuals on the planet. You will not find anyone else like them. Your business team, your business people are the best in their said field. If you find the right people. They're just a unique breed, and I don't think there's a close second to that. I really don't. Firemen are firemen, policemen are policemen, and then there's businessmen, everyone's different. But firemen are their own breed, policemen are their own breed, the mailman is their own breed.
Yeah.
but business is something kind of special. They're all special, but like business has a special something to it.
I think it has to do more with most business people have that charisma, that character that draws that same energy in other people.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you can have a simple job, but you could be the more charismatic one and have that energy. I've noticed this. I've been more free. This is a conversation outside of this, but just more happier. And just having that energy, it radiates and it attracts more people. Like,
yeah, you got to be careful what you give off.
Yeah.
You got to be careful what you say and be even more careful about what you don't say.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, literally just existing. Like, you could just be smiling and someone else would smile. You know, they just feel good.
Yeah. And in some conversations with people, it's amazing because no matter what you say, it's not the right answer. Some people will just already make up their mind and decide whether you say something or not. No matter what you say, they've made up their mind. It's interesting how you can. Some people just aren't. You can't get through.
You
to
just
them.
listen. They're listening, but predetermined in their head. They're like, I'm just.
They've
gonna
already
listen,
shut. They've already.
But
shut,
I already know.
They've already
my
shut this
answer,
down. Yeah,
which is sad. Like, I didn't realize how much of a skill that was because I'd say I'm very open minded. Like, very open to listening to ideas to the other side. Even if I have a predetermined thing, I'm always ready to be like, let's hear this person out. Let's put my side down for a bit. Maybe they're right, you know? Or in times of conflict,
yeah.
maybe there's been a lot of moments where I have been wrong, you know? When you're strong enough to step back and like, hold on, am I wrong? That's incredible.
Everyone's been wrong at some point. It's how you handle it. And maybe it's how you deal with it next time to make sure you're not wrong.
Yeah. Or sometimes there isn't a right or wrong person. It's just like, why are we continuing this?
Yeah,
you know?
why are you here?
I like when I was younger, I've had problems where like I'd be arguing with like a friend of mine, and I'm like, why are we arguing?
It's just petty. It's just
yeah,
pettiness.
it's just why have we started this?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say was your initial spark? Like, what made you be like, yes, this?
I must have got some money at some point. And that just made me want to get into business. That's long before I picked a rock.
Yeah.
Or, I just thought business. Yeah. There was other things I did before rock and gem stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think just a long time ago, I just kind of liked the idea of having a dispensable income. I liked the idea about kind of having my own money. And it just kind of went that direction. I was just kind of different from other kids.
Yeah.
I had a better understanding of how currency worked and what it does, what it actually is. And a lot of kids don't value, money is worth nothing, but they don't value it. They don't want it. It's weird. They say they don't need it. And I always thought that was kind of a bad thing. It's just like, yeah, that's nice. You think you don't need that piece of paper, but you really do. And if you don't start now, they were kids. So they probably grew up by now and had, they were making money, I'm sure. But at the time,
he's homeless now. I told him.
They're like, I don't need money. It's like, I think you will.
Fools.
I don't
on them monkey bars, going up the slide the wrong way. I knew they wouldn't get money.
They're going backwards, the monkey bars. Yeah. Well, I think it was kind of something where they had themselves on the pedestal of like, I didn't need to work. I don't need money. Somehow lunch will just show up out of nowhere. It's like, I
don't need to eat my vegetables. I don't need to drink water so often.
No.
Until you get older and you're like, gosh, shit.
Yeah. It's like, well, where's dinner going to come from tonight?
I feel like for me, it just kind of had to be a thing because of my initial spark. It wasn't business. It was music. But God, there's so much business involved in it. And I was heavy in entertainment business and music business specifically for a while. But then obviously my family opened a business. And I didn't realize until we opened that current business we have that they were so business driven. Like for years we moved around so much because they were looking for business. I was like, why are you so, well, apparently, I have a family line of businesses. I'm like, okay, so we've been businessmen. Okay, whatever. It didn't really affect me. I didn't feel the pressure of, I guess now I'm going to be a businessman or I'm a businessman because of it.
Yeah.
And then the more I got into it, I realized, man, business, I had to kind of change my perspective on it because I was growing up with it the wrong way. I'm like, nah, hold on. It's actually really cool. The first business I started really doing had a lot to do with media. A lot of social media. I hated it. And I was really deep in it. Like, it was a daily grind. And this is like middle school, and I'm on that grind, posting almost every day, coming up with a schedule. Got one of my first sponsors, which was really cool at a very young age. But then as I got older, I'm like, this is draining.
Yeah.
Right before I took that one break, that really long break from just everything that I did with music. And I came back to it and I had to separate the two. I'm like, it's either for the art and the enjoyment, or we're actually trying to make money and structurizing this
right
in a positive way.
Yeah.
Because the music business is very unpositive sometimes, like record labels and whatnot. I mean, they're the dream for most artists, trying to get signed to that label. There's only a few that are honest, and aren't just another business that sees you as an asset, uses you, a new
until you're done, and then they throw you out.
A new analogy I learned recently was, you're a freshly bloomed flower. They're going to smell you and enjoy you until you wilt. And they'll wait for the next one to grow. I love that.
And there's an entire field to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
So I'm like, how can I go about this differently? How can I be in charge? And then this kind of drive for being the leader came naturally. It wasn't like I got to be the best, but I want to be one of the best. I had to change that pretty quickly, of the best to one of the best, because I realized I'm going down a really dark path with this. There's a lot of dark paths I could have gone with this. Let's just say I haven't, But no, and just from there, it just kind of kept growing, and I really took my time with it. Then I met you, and I really tapped into it a bit more, and it's just love. I fell in love with it.
Yeah, it's the culture, it's the people. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of bad businessmen that just sell insurance, right?
Yeah.
We're not talking about insurance salesmen, We're talking about people that I've never met so many positive, interesting people that actually just want good things in life. That's the thing. You don't see that.
Feel alive.
Well, it makes you feel real. This is a real person.
It's so cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool people. And my parents took business classes, and I would overhear them. And I think that's also kind of subconsciously started implementing a little bit here and there.
Bring ups.
Yeah.
For sure. Absolutely. Goes to show how our kids are going to be. God knows.
I don't even want to think about it.
Nope. But no, business, it goes hand in hand with everything I fell in love with initially, being music. And, business obviously has been very helpful with just helping others. A lot of life things. A lot of business settings can help you with a lot of life things, like communication. And I don't mean just connections, but communicating with as a leader, and also being a good follower. That was a tough one for me to swallow, because I was an employee before I was employed, which was kind of interesting because I was running with the family business, so we would have new, people come in and I'd train them, and it was weird for them.
That's the problem is, the kids get thrown a company without having to do any of the work.
Mm-hmm.
They know nothing about it, and they ruin the company.
Yeah. And I knew that was wrong inherently. I was like, this doesn't feel right. And then I put myself through the paces, and I feel like the last 2 years really the last 5 months really put myself through. I'm like, all right, I think I've lived the what's that word that was really popular? The canon event of.
I don't even know that word.
Canon event is everyone goes through this at one point in their life.
Oh, okay.
And in their own way. Being the work and doing the work before you give the work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't just give the work without understanding the work.
Working your way from the ground up.
Like working at that restaurant I did when I was in college, and now having my own and knowing and understanding what it's like. Because I've met a lot of shitty managers who.
See, I didn't have that problem so much. I didn't mind sweeping the floor.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that. I wanted to make sure it was set up so everyone had a clean place to work.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure,
It's not that I didn't enjoy it. It was more of I didn't want someone to hit me with, have you ever done this? Or have you been in my shoes if an employee or someone who I am working with?
And then you find someone else because all right, I don't even want to go there. You obviously aren't going to work out here. Just move along now. You're going to be here 2 months and quit. Just get out.
But it's a matter of value. I know what this job entails. Sweeping the floor is a very small example. That's well, yeah, no shit. You do it at home.
Yeah.
But I mean, working the grill versus working the fryers. What does that entail? What are the risks? Doing it yourself, And it's not like, oh, if you own the place, go work there for like a day. It's like, no, you've dealt with the repercussions of working there for months. Because sure, it might not affect you after a day or two working the fryer, but then after like
it's like
a couple
driving.
months,
it's like driving.
Exactly.
Yeah. You do it one day, you're fine. You do it for 5, you're not feeling well.
It's like, I can do it. I just drove for an hour and a half. Why can't you do it for the next 3 years straight? And I'm like, fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Endurance, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
Another neat note is when I had a couple little part-time guys that would help out, just because you can't hold everything yourself. And I had them doing the wrong job is the issue. That's the thing. It's like, why isn't this working out? Well, because they were doing my job and I was doing their job. I was making sure that they had a good setting to do their part of the deal. And instead, it should have been, I'm the one with the skill. I'm the one that has to do this work. They need to make sure my setting is clean, ready to use so that I can do my job instead of trying to train them to be me.
Oh, yeah.
You can't have them cutting the stones the right way or building the jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's hard to find. You need the janitor to make sure that the room is clean, the floor is clean, vacuum, put stuff back so that I can just do my job and not worry about that. I had it the wrong way.
Yeah, no. It's like, what is my position? My goal isn't to hire people so I don't have to be there. It's so I can be there, less.
It's just to make it more effective. That's
more
all.
Efficient.
That's really all.
My goal is to be able to make a dish, focus on making new dish and new ideas and bring events and not worry about, shit, did I sweep and mop the kitchen last night,
Right. Make a phone call. Hey, did you do this?
Yeah.
Make sure they did.
It's a team effort. It's not, I don't want to do this shit anymore. You do it. And it depends on what the thing is. Like, I feel like the kitchen, like if you ever have worked in a restaurant environment, that is one of the most dynamic environments you could ever learn teamwork in. If you're going to be that guy who can't work in that environment or is being an ass, like I will not hesitate to kick you out.
Yeah.
Fun story. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was actually fired the first day of my job.
No.
At the restaurant. So the restaurant
in Florida?
job, yeah. So that restaurant job I picked up in Florida when I was in college, I went there and the restaurant was freshly opened, right? And it was brand new. They hired a couple of people. I found them off of Indeed and they gave me a call. Oh man, job searching. That was a tough one. But I got that call and I went in. The chef de cuisine was there, the sous chef, the second in command, and then the head chef, also one of the owners and in charge of all the food and whatnot. He has a couple other restaurants, very popular restaurant in Florida, Central Florida. But he came in and he's training, and I love the pizza section. There's the wood fire oven. I've never worked with a wood fire oven nor pizzas, but I was like, I want this section. And the day we were all practicing, no one knew how to do it. And we all tried to make our own pizza. And they're pretty small pizzas. They're like a personal pan size. And I did pretty well for my first day. Like I probably did the best out of everyone. It wasn't overdone. It wasn't undercooked. It was presented nicely. They were like, yeah. I told head chef, I'm like, hey, I want to do this. It's like, dope. Be there tomorrow at this time. Okay. Second day of training comes along. And this is a big day because we have some private guests coming in. Like we're not fully open to the public, but we have private guests coming in because he's given us at least a couple of days of training, right? So this is our first kind of practice day, real day simulation. And he's like, be here at this time and we'll get it. And I just got off class and right after that I was supposed to go to work. And I was just so tired. For some reason, I thought it was a good idea to call out like 45, 30 minutes before work. Be like, hey, I can't come in. And I was already dealing with a lot of shit, but nothing mattered. I had to be there. The head chef told me to be there because he believed in me. And I get a text that same night saying, hey, from the chef de cuisine, the second in command, his friend, that, hey, unfortunately, you've been terminated and you will no longer be needed here. I was like, holy shit. And I started crying. I'm like,
Did you not go? Did you?
I didn't go.
Oh, you didn't go.
I went home. I just texted them and I just went home. Like, dude, what was I thinking about?
I've never done that before.
Yeah.
That's new.
Like I texted him and he probably said something back, but I went home because I said something along the lines like, I just can't do anything. It was a long day of school. I think I just moved to Florida and I'm dealing with all the emotional fucking battle of just being there alone and just dealing with things and like trying to go to work right after, I'm like, it's probably best if I don't go. That wasn't up to me. I didn't go. What was weird was he had a good chef, like another head chef from a different restaurant, a friend of his, come in that day who specializes in pizza to especially train me. And I wasn't there. He was pissed, according to everyone else. Like, he was yelling like that. It wasn't there, and fired me immediately. He's like, I don't want to ever see him again. And then I got that text from the chef de cuisine, like, hey, chef was really upset. Unfortunately, you can't come back. So the next day, I'm fired. I'm done, right? And it really hurt because I really liked that place because that was the first environment where I felt whole again. I felt like I was with my family again. I was at my restaurant. I was surrounded by people. I was surrounded by business again, something really cool. So I go back the next day to pick up my knife because I left it the other day, the first day I went. And I saw the general manager, and he was like, what's going on? Because like I'm all red from crying. And he's like, I was like, I just got fired. He's like, what? Like, yeah, I didn't show up when I should have. And I explained, he's like, give me a second. He calls the head chef again, the owner, and is like, I don't know what he said. And then I get a call from a random number, and I pick up the call. And I'm like on the verge of tears again. He's like, listen, I don't usually do this, but I can tell you have a lot of passion. I understand what you're going through. I know you just moved here. I know you lost everything and everyone you've ever known. I know you're dealing with a lot of change, but what you did was unacceptable. And he explained to me a lesson I will never forget with the restaurant is he treats everyone, and I treat everyone in my kitchen like family. Because it is a team effort. And we are there for each other when we say we will be. And this goes beyond the kitchen. And I wasn't there when I said I would be. And he was telling me he brought this guy over to train me and everything. He's like, I never give a second chance to anyone. But he gave me a second chance to like, be here tomorrow at this time, and we'll work from there. And I was there the next day. And I was and they told me I was the best cook they've had since they opened. They opened, and I was the team leader there. And he gave me that second chance, and I took that second chance. I was doing Saturday nights on my own. I fucking mastered the pizza oven, and I learned so much from that experience. And I was like, man, never again. If you say you're going to be there someone, especially when it's so passion involved and business involved, you better fucking be there no matter what you're going through emotionally, physically, what happened the other day. Unless it's like something really, get confirmation that, hey, okay, it's okay, but let's work on compromise. I just disappeared. And you never want to do that, especially in a restaurant environment.
Well, you're ghosting. That's the problem. You're ghosting.
That was the issue, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember exactly. Like, I don't think I ghosted, but it was pretty, just consider it ghosting.
You weren't, if you're not in the room, you're ghosting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're not here, you're ghosting. Yeah. Even if you text.
And I'm forever.
It still feels that way.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's fucking sickening. And ever since then, I've been so strong, so much stronger. And I'm so grateful he gave me that second chance. And I showed him, and no matter work I put in would have made that second chance, honored. It's just like, I'm so thankful and grateful every time he came around. And I still have his number. I still talk to him. And I've actually wanted him to fly over when I open my second location and have that private guest training day. Took a lot of lessons he gave me to heart, and forever grateful. That's that story.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
And we kind of came across our own like soul searching. We're trying to build this podcast out.
The what?
We're trying to build the podcast out.
Yeah.
It's like direction wise. It's like, well, it's supposed to be a business podcast. It's supposed to be art, like the direction is changing.
Business, yeah.
And we're getting too loose, and we got to kind of rein it back in. And it's like, all right, we got to do something this isn't working. We got to change something. We got to make something work.
Got to lasso it up.
Yeah. So we're going to try some new stuff. We're going to be a lot stricter on
our guest
formatting, because it's becoming a real problem, and it's just too hard to work with, and neither of our schedules work well with it, and it's becoming such a hassle. It's just too much.
It shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be that hard. It really shouldn't be that hard.
And it shouldn't be this last minute. Like now, I'm probably gonna sit down and edit this as soon as we stop recording.
Yeah,
because it's got to be out in a couple of hours.
Yep, a couple hours.
Which I like that challenge. It's cool, but
Oh,
I'd rather
I
not do it
don't
every
care.
week, you know?
Yeah, I don't care. It's just so exhausting. Like, you can tell who's not gonna make it in business. Let me just tell you that. But I want to see this go in like a positive direction. I want to bring like more stories on here, business related. I want to bring experience on here.
Yeah.
And I want to bring a lot of passion on here. Between business and the rock and gym industry is the two things we're going to focus on.
Oh, dude, we got to get into some music stuff.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, down to like music history, how it's come along. Because it's a good time right now with the way the generations are changing. Because it's been pretty shitty lately. Let's be honest with music and what it's become such a celebrity. I hate celebrities, especially with music and what music is. And when an artist gets popular, it just becomes a money grab. I want to bring back the understanding and the passion and what it means to be an artist. And that goes beyond music and artists. Either that be the art of business, the art lapidary and rock and whatnot, the art of cooking.
Yeah.
Passion. Like, I think this is literally what you're getting at, you know?
Yeah.
In a sense, this is an arts podcast, but not, you know, painting or drawing or whatnot. I mean,
The arts.
the arts, yeah.
Probably what we should have named it.
The arts. There's a lot not to
There's probably a lot of art. Yeah. It's a very challenging thing trying to connect all the dots. It is. It's just how it is.
We're in a rough part.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to kind of put this foundation in kind of set in stone what we want to do.
I think we need to make more, not a script, but almost like a screenplay. We need to have a template for you. Like, all right, we have so-and-so or so-and-so topic. Let's write out some stuff. Like, I'm not saying write out word for word, but like, all right, kind of like how when we were looking at the AI transcripts of our things, like
right.
at this part of the thing, they start talking about this, and then it transitions into let's have that, like, have some leeway. Like, we can talk whatever the hell we want.
Some loose framing.
Yeah, but then it's also like, okay, let's bring it back to what? This, you know?
Right. It has to be about those core values.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be about the core values. And we just gotta build a template out. And if you guys have any recommendations,
absolutely,
email it. Email everything over.
Yeah, I haven't been saying it, but in every description we have our email and we have a website too. And feel free to reach out for anything, literally anything. Okay,
preferably podcast related.
Podcast related, of course. Zane is not down for. No, I'm just
Yeah, there's just
only in the Patreon.
hey, if you want a sponsorship, if you'd like a sponsorship, please approach us.
Please. Yes, we'll get there. It'll take time.
Yeah. So weird having the headphones on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
I do like it. It's more methodical.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really interesting to talk about some philosophy on here.
Yeah.
A little philanthropy, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see business turning into in like the next 20 years?
What about the next couple? But
So am I.
yeah, the next 20 years really just depends on what's needed. It's built off of need, right?
It's not getting any easier.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
It's not going to get any easier. It's going to get harder.
yeah, I'd say so. It's pretty. Can't say it's pretty easy right now.
It's not easy right now.
It's not easy
No.
right now, but I mean, the resources are there.
You can hope you know with just the stars aligning just right, you can make it work. But I just don't think I don't see it getting any easier than this. I just don't.
Mm-mm.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
And then another thing is, it isn't like a step-by-step thing. It's not even like, okay, it's doing good now, but then you got to reach the 2-year mark where it's like, okay, here's a real challenge, you know?
Economy and interest. I mean, during events in time where people are more occupied with the worldwide events, then no one's buying jewelry. So I'm out of business.
Mm-hmm.
They're buying food. They're buying the essentials. Jewelry is non-essential. Extra things like chocolate and wine are non-essential. So, it's
like I said, need.
Yeah, you have to see where that goes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking forward to where we end up in the next couple of years here. Hopefully, who we can bring on. And just see what we can do Patreon-wise or some other subscription service we're planning on. Have you set up an idea of what we would plan on putting on there?
Somewhat. Like there'll be
anything set in stone that you we're going to put on there?
No idea.
What would you like to put on there?
Oh, I actually do. There was one thing. It's just like quote-unquote deleted scenes or just scenes that didn't make the cut. That aren't things that shouldn't
incriminating.
be
that aren't incriminating. Oh my god!
They're like behind the scenes or really some funny stuff that won't make it into any other bloopers.
They just didn't have a place to go.
Yeah, it's just extras.
Very
general things.
I agree with that statement. I also agree with extra episodes.
Yeah,
extra episodes,
like full episodes.
Full episodes.
Yeah,
with extra benefits. We talked about doing short films. Possible short films.
Mm. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that will all be available on Patreon.
Maybe.
Or YouTube or something.
Just YouTube, but that won't really... Probably YouTube. And if it does really well, then we could have the way I see Patreon, it's extras. It isn't a main source of things.
Okay.
It can have main source things like here's an episode, but it was we didn't decide to post this episode, but it is a whole episode that you can listen to, know?
Yeah.
That's how I see Patreon, but we can build on it more. I just haven't seen it that way of this is an exclusive season,
right.
dedicated for the Patreon.
Right. I'm just happy to get our head on straight and start moving in the direction we want to move into business-wise. Into, just like you talked about in your story, the family element, the energy, the feeling is what we want to express on here with those stories. We want more of that. We want those stories. That's what
it's gotta be people out.